Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of Forever is the Worst Long Time by Camille Pagán, performed by Timothy Andrés Pabon. One. This story ends with loss, said your mother. I'm only on the first chapter, but I can tell. It was the spring of 1998, and I had just let myself into Rob's apartment. Your mother was sprawled out on the sofa with her nose in a novel. A messy knot of golden brown hair peeked out from above the edge of the pages. The late afternoon sun cast fractured light over her body, and she looked celestial, sort of like a miniature angel, I remember thinking. Of course, I didn't know she was your mother then. It was the first time I had ever laid eyes on her. Don't they all? I quipped, trying to act as though I weren't unnerved. Rob had told me she would be there, but I was expecting someone generically pretty, dimly bright, and socially adept enough to sit up and greet a stranger when he walked into the room. That is, someone more like the type of women Rob had always dated. She set the book on her stomach. Her eyes were suddenly focused on me, but she didn't seem to be taking my measure. Instead, she was looking at me like she already knew me. They do, she said, still lying there. They really do. Then why bother? I asked, pointing to her paperback, which was Wallace Stegner's Crossing to Safety. Read it sometime. I was getting my master's degree in creative writing and was in the habit of asking rhetorical questions, particularly about books. Because there's no such thing as life without heartbreak, she said, swinging her legs around so she was right side up. The novel fell neatly into her lap. And just as well. Otherwise, none of it would matter. I stared at her, slack-jawed, trying to come up with a semi-intelligent thing to say in response. It was a relief when Rob strode into the living room. I see you've met Louisa, he said, smiling broadly. James, Lou. Lou, James. He walked to the sofa and slung Lou over his shoulder. Big news, my friend, he said to me, Lou's feet still in the air. I'm literally holding the future Mrs. Logan. We got engaged 2 days ago. Lou squealed, and he gently put her back on the ground. You're getting married? No way, I said, my voice cracking. I've never been a particularly cool cat, and this was no exception. Meeting your mother was not unlike having my home hit by a meteorite. The odds of it happening were impossibly slim, and yet there it was, this incredible incident that had just left a hole in the middle of everything. Way, he said. Rob being as
Sample complete. Ready to continue?